let's look up Ovechkin. Oh, there you go. So that's the way that this season is structured. He's making $9 million.
Yeah, that's 10 times more.
Yeah, but that's just what this is structured.
But Ovi is also 37. Think about that. Matthews is 12 years younger. They're basically almost in different eras. Almost.
Yeah, crazy.
Ovi's a part of everybody's era now.
So how about
He's
that,
something
right?
else.
So now we're talking about the scoring.
People
goat.
need to talk about this more, by the way.
I know.
You and I have been talking about this since
Well,
since we
we were in high school, so that's at least, I was only in high school with you up until 2010. So we were at least talking about it in 2010. So when you look at that, he was only in the league a few years. But
he's phenomenal this year.
Get a
By the way,
52
if you look at Gretzky's numbers when he was 37, he was not doing this.
No,
Just saying.
no. So he only needs 94 more goals to tie the greatest hockey player of all time in Wayne Gretzky.
Bro, he's going to do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to do it.
My prediction is I think he might get 1,000 goals.
Listen, he's not going to fall off
No.
from 50 to like 10. He's
I think
not going to do that.
he's going to play at least 6 more years.
6 more? He's 37.
I think he's going to get 1,000 goals. People think I'm nuts.
I think he's going to get 200 more goals. I
Listen.
mean, it could only take him 4 more years.
I think Alex Ovechkin, I'm making a prediction now. I know it sounds ridiculous. You're going to think of like an old Russian hockey player trying to like score. This guy is the one guy who could get 1,000 goals.
I think you're insane.
I do too, but if there's one guy to do it, if there's one guy that just has the overall capacity to do it, it's him. He's also able to fight guys. He's got the speed.
Look at all these awards.
He's got the best shot. He's got that one-time advantage when they're on the power play. He's incredible.
6, 7, 8, 9
Who
times.
does that?
So 9 times.
Who won the Maurice the last 3 years?
9 times he's had the most goals. And here's the crazy thing.
You got to admit,
Like you
that's
said.
Jordan. That's Jordan stuff. You put that on a resume, you are hired when you walk in the door. You're hired. I just read your resume. You don't even need to sit down. Get out of here. Go score more goals.
Yep.
You are hired.
Well, last year he scored 50 goals. So when we did the math, right, we put out an episode
was
on Red Cape
35,
Sports.
yeah.
And people were like, oh, he's not going to average 37 goals. And I said, you're thinking about it wrong. He doesn't need to average 37.
He's going to average 50.
Because this year he's going to score 50.
You did say that, yeah.
Meaning that the average goes down. So you can't view it as, right? You can't view it as, well, he needs 94 more goals, so divide that by 3. That's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is he's already got 20 goals this season in 34 games. He's hitting 50.
Bird, I'm not kidding. I actually think that Alexander Ovechkin will score 1,000 goals, and that sounds
The more
ludicrous.
I'm thinking about it, the more I think he
That
could.
sounds ludicrous, but it's one of those things where it's like you just have the one guy who could maybe do it where it doesn't even sound ridiculous. Just mathematically, it's possible. If he stays at the capacity he is now, which he probably won't.
His contract goes until 2025. Okay? So
3-4 more years.
Let's say 3 more years at an average of 40 goals. That's 40, 80, 120. So he'd still be 80 short. However, if he puts up like 55 or 60 goals, that gets him closer and closer and closer.
He has to have a couple of big years.
What I'm telling you is, if he's 40 years old and he's only like 36 goals away,
he'll do it.
He'll play.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Why not?
He's the guy. If you look at the way he plays specifically, he'll also drop the mitts, dude. He doesn't care about his teeth.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about his freaking knee.
Yeah. What he can't have is this COVID year. This COVID year screwed him over because there was only 45 games.
That's another thing. That's another thing. He's been
And he had a lockout.
In the lockout, he goes and plays in Russia.
Oh, crazy.
You never know what's going to happen, but this is me saying like perfect scenario in the fact that he's healthy, that he's still performing well, he still gets some breaks. But again, it comes down to how long he's going to play, because one guy who this reminds me of, and I know it's completely different sports positions, is Nolan Ryan. He not only was like the best, but he just outlasted everybody. There's a thing of durability that comes with it. If you're a player that gets injured, you're just not going to have a good career regardless. No. Think about who is the guy that played both sports? Like we have
Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson, man. He's a guy that, man, if he just didn't have that one injury, bro, he could have done different things.
I agree.
So just think about it that way. Injuries do play a big role. Another guy, Mario Lemieux, if he didn't get hurt, if he didn't have cancer and all that, he literally would have scored 1,000 goals, hands down. If you look at the math, if you look at how much better he was than everybody else, I saw him play live. He didn't score,
No, it's
but I did see him
crazy.
play in Toronto, and I'm like, this is a different human being.
So here's the thing. Mario Lemieux, in only 915 games, finished his career with 690 goals. So he's still only 210 goals away from Ovi in considerably less games.
yeah, like
Considerably.
he didn't
Ovi's
even
got
play those 3 years there. Like what's going on?
3 years in a row he never played.
Because he had cancer, I think, right?
He had the knee issue, and then he was trying to buy the team.
I
And
thought he had back cancer or something.
craziness.
Anyways, what was his highest goal? Didn't he score like 90 goals one year?
85. 85 goals.
85,
In
69,
89.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the
Crazy.
thing is, he was doing that pretty consistently. But again, it's easier to look back and say, if there's one guy to do it, Alexander Ovechkin, he's the one guy that, I'm just saying, he could get 1,000 goals. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm here to say it. Let's hope we're right.
You guys heard it here first. Hey, cheers to that one. Ovi, 1,000 goals. The more you spoke, the more I was on board.
That's what I mean, man. I'm speaking it
950
into
plus.
existence.
950 plus. Well, that does it for this installment of Red Cape Sports. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave us a thumbs up. It really helps us out to grow the channel and to reach more people who love sports card collecting as yourself. And just a reminder, if you guys are interested in learning more than just what we put out here on YouTube, down below in the video description, there is a link to our Udemy course. Ultimately there, you guys can learn tons of different things on how to collect sports cards, protect them, and ultimately invest in the sports card industry. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Till next time.